Congratulations, you clicked on the video, which means you're officially done thinking about getting healthy and ready to finally do something about it. Because we know that waking up every day feeling tired, bloated, sluggish, unhappy with how you look isn't just frustrating, it is costing you the life you know you could be living. And even though we all know what we should be doing, it doesn't stop us from procrastinating, from putting it off, or from giving up when it gets hard. But that ends here today. So this video is part one of a mini series to help you go all in on your health, even when motivation disappears. Last week I talked about going all in, recognizing that in order to heal, you have to commit fully. But let's be real, sometimes motivation is the biggest thing standing in the way. That's why today we are talking about how to stop waiting and stay in once you've decided to go all in. In this video, you're gonna learn exactly how to get your momentum back, even if you've lost it 100 times, how to rebuild discipline without burning out, and create motivation from within, even on your hardest days. Hi, I'm Riann. I am a keto coach and I am a certified advocate through the Metabolic Institute of Health. And I help men and women reclaim their energy, reverse metabolic issues, and just feel good in their bodies again. So let's jump into this. So my first tip for you is to recognize that motivation is a thought. It's not a feeling. Motivation is not something you wait for. It's something that you generate. And this might be the most important mindset shift in this whole video. This reframing is empowering. Seriously, you should write it down. Put it on a Post-it, tape it to your mirror, and read it every day. Motivation is a thought. It's not a feeling. So you don't have to wait for motivation. You can actually create it, especially during the exact moments when you don't feel like doing the thing. So how does it work? Well, your thoughts create your feelings. So if you're constantly thinking things like, this is not working, you're not gonna feel like doing anything. Or if you're thinking this is too hard, you're gonna quit before you even start. But if you flip the script, you change your thoughts, you'll flip your energy. So instead of thinking this isn't working, change it to I am building momentum, even if I can't see it yet. If you're thinking things like, man, I always fall off, you're gonna change that to this time, I'm showing up differently every day. Change your thought of I'm too tired into, you know what, I have the energy to stretch and do a quick walk around the block. This shift is the work. You are literally training your brain to see the progress before the proof. So here is your action step. Write down the thought that usually stops you, and then write the flip, the thing that feels true for you. For me, it's the mornings. When it's dark out, I wake up and I'm thinking I am too tired to do anything. I change that to, you know what? I can get up and I can just stretch and I can listen to a podcast. It's something that is easy. I know I can do it. And once I start, I'll be in. Tip number 2 is you want to start before you're motivated. So the truth is that waiting for motivation is the fastest way to stay stuck. Motivation does not come before action. It comes after. So starting may feel awkward. It may be inconvenient, but if you can just begin, you're already winning. Think of it like lighting a fire. The first few sparks take effort, but once it catches, that fire will build its own heat. And I just learned this in cognitive behavior therapy. This is called behavioral activation. You take the action first and the emotion follows. It's not the other way around. So if you don't feel like walking, that's fine. Just put on your shoes. If you don't feel like cooking, okay, that's fine. Just open the fridge, take out a couple eggs, put a pan on the stove. Your job is just to get the first spark and see what happens. So my third tip is to make a plan that you actually believe in. So clarity creates confidence, And if you only have vague goals, that is going to make you feel overwhelmed. And if your plan is actually too big, you won't believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, you won't stick to it. So you want to start to simplify. You want to write it down and write a plan that builds momentum fast. Start with something simple like a 12-hour overnight fast. Make sure the kitchen is closed after dinner. Or add on something like eating 30 grams of protein at every meal. You could decide to go for a walk for 5 minutes in the morning and get some sun. Or you could move in some way for 20 minutes. These habits work because they're doable and they stack. And you don't need a perfect plan. You just need one that you can keep. So if you haven't seen my video on summer body without the gym, check it out. In it, I give you a free plan that you can follow that is super simple. So my fourth tip is to use discipline like it's a muscle. Discipline isn't punishment. It's an act of self-respect. And realistically, you won't do everything all at once, and that is okay. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing one thing and doing it well. So some days your plan won't go perfectly. You might catch a cold. You might get home late from work. It might be pouring rain and walking outside sounds miserable. That's fine. You're human. But even then, what you must do is practice discipline in some way. Pick one non-negotiable. Maybe it's a daily walk outside or on a treadmill or just pacing back and forth in your living room. Maybe it's no soda. Maybe it's no junk in the house. Start small, pick one thing, and make a promise to yourself. If you can build trust in yourself, you will grow your confidence. Tip number 5 is to create small wins that spark motivation. If you want to feel more motivated, you've got to track your wins. Nothing builds momentum like seeing proof that it's working. So celebrate the small stuff. You didn't snack last night. That's a win. You walked 3 days in a row. That's a win. I really like to track numbers, things like my sleep score, my blood sugar staying in range, the scale trending in the right direction. Writing these things down creates internal accountability, and that fuels belief. Small wins are wins. They are evidence that what you're doing is working. So you must celebrate them because that feeling is motivation activated. If you are all in, remember this: you don't need more motivation. You need a system that generates it. So I hope you're not just watching today. I want you to choose one thing and do it. So what's gonna be your one non-negotiable? What is your micro goal? Drop it in the comments. Let's make this real. And if you want help making this your new lifestyle, I want you to check out Metabolic Mastery. It's my guide and journal. It is packed with worksheets and prompts that will help you stay consistent and accountable. So I'm Riann, I'm your keto cousin. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.